Nyithindo matindo nyonuru lo to dakunyone lo jajuok. Nyithindo matindo nyonuru lo to dakunyone lo jajuok. Lo ka Oginga Amollo Odinga. Hey. To dakunyone lo jajuok. Lo ka Raila Amollo Odinga. Oh, to dakunyone lo jajuok. Yes, my people. Mano migogo gueyo. Yes. Migogo gueyo. In our tradition as migogos, like I told you, are women of marriageable age. So they could be married or not yet married. But when they come to the home, they must gueyo. People must know migogos have arrived. They must hear us wailing from the gate. Yes, that's our tradition. We wail from the gate and people know she has arrived. It means the people of whichever place, whether it's the people of Sakwa, the people of Game, the people of Asembo have arrived, meaning the in-laws are soon stepping into the compound. Once you see the migogo, they come so that they can prepare everything so that the in-laws can be able to be well received. And today we are burying Honorable Raila Amollo Odinga. My people, migogo nyaka gwe. Nyaka wa gwe. Nyithindo matindo nyonuru lo jajuok. Hey. Yes, that song says, little children step on the ground. Step on the soil because the soil is a witch. Yes, the soil is a witch. It has swallowed our people. It has swallowed Raila Amollo Odinga. It has swallowed Ochieng Oneko. It has swallowed Oginga Odinga the first. It has swallowed Jomo Kenyatta. It has swallowed all our other previous presidents. It has swallowed President Moi. It has swallowed Mwai Kibaki. Soil is a witch. The ground is a witch. It swallows our leaders. It swallows our people. And now it has swallowed our enigma. Raila Amollo Odinga. Tinga. Amollo tingo se chopo, tingo nyono wiwe na magweno tore, ngamodong to chiyo ngong. I don't know if all of you remember that time when Tinga was the slogan. I was very young, by the way. But I remember that song. It was NDP. Amollo tingo se donjo, tingo nyono wiwe na magweno tore, ngamodong to chiyo ngong. Hey. Tinga oninde wilo. Tinga waiko kawuono. Amollo tinga waiko kawuono. Hey. Raila. Hey. Amollo tingo se. Hey, yawa. Amollo tingo se donjo. Tingo nyono wigweno. Magweno tore. Ngamodong to chiengo ngong. That is the time we were removing KANU from power. That is the first time when now you remember the constitution had been changed. In 1992, we fought for democracy, but it was until that time, in 2002, that now democracy was now getting into place. We were sure now Moi is living here, served his 2 terms since the democracy bill went through. So there was still the kind of people, and then we still had now the new party. It was Tinga. Tinga means tractor. So that song is, Amollo Odinga has come. You know, the tractor has stepped on the canoe, you know, the cock. Until the head of the cock is split. If you're left, you are the wife. Angong. Angong is a very popular thing in lowland. Like, if you remained behind, you have remained with angong. You have remained with nothing. You have remained with just like being looked at like, hey. Because when you do like this, it's your no. So, hey. Amollo tingo se, hey, yawa. Amollo tingo se kalo. Sani to koro Amollo tinga wasiko. Hey, babi wewe malit. Wewe malit. You know, when you think of democracy, we never think of the depth of democracy like this, you know. When we think of democracy, we just see like, oh, nowadays you can vote. You're being told, go and register for voter registration. You're just like, oh, even if we register, they will steal from us. Who will steal from you? You know, we always forget that there are so many things that we are voting for. Like right now, the registration is very open. You are voting for the president there, the governor, the senator, the MCA, the MP, and all those gandawalas down there. And then When the road in your home is not made, is it the president or the MC or the MP? Who forwards the county bill to the assembly so that we get a budget for making those roads? You know, sometimes we have to think, who are we voting? Go and register for your voter registration this time round so that at least you are sure that of all these people in the lineup, from MC, MP, senator, governor, or women rep, at least let half of them be able to work for you. It is not just the president, guys. It is not just the president. And of course, you know me, I'm a feminist. I'll always say, vote women, vote power. So, Amollo has gone. Who is going to remind you to vote? Who is going to tell you the power of voting? Who is going to tell you, go and vote because your vote counts? In fact, those people who have never voted, you have no reason or even any voice to be able to say, hey, the president, what, to my baby. You have never voted. Why are you talking? Go vote, then you can have a voice. So now it's your time to vote. And we want more women in parliament. Yes, we want more women in that parliament. Yes, people like Millie Mapona Odhiambo have been there. They fought for us. They need another stronger team to be there to help them. And don't tell me to go via me. I'm not in the political realm. I'm a teacher. I'm a lecturer. So yeah, those ones were in my inbox. Oh, you are a leader. You can. Siasa is not for everyone. Me, I know where I belong. Yes, I am not vying. I will never buy. I don't want to vie. Yes, me, I know where I belong. Me, I am here to advise you, to teach you, to make you a better person. But who can now we take the people who have got the guts to oppose, to speak up? Yes, of course, I am speaking up even right now, but I do not want to be in parliamentary kind of leadership. There are so many ways of leadership I can, but not that one. So my people, Raila is gone. Who is going to remind you to vote? Who is going to remind you to vote? Ask yourself, who is going to read for you the new bill says that? The new bill says that. I'm not going to talk about the bloggers who are reading and telling you blah, blah, blah. Who is going to read it for you objectively without making you feel, oh, they are opposing president or not? Who is going to do that for you? Because Raila used to do it objectively. Right now you're busy. Oh, si lazima. Oh, you know. So what? My dear, we have got 7 days of mourning. Once we are done with the mourning, we have to be ready. We have to be ready. Anyway, that is not the point. Today we are burying Raila Amollo Odinga. I am telling you where I come from. When we bury people, we bury people. You have seen what the Luos have done. You have seen what Kisumu and Bondo have done. People are there. Those cows that you're seeing at your 100, those are enough. Those are not going to remain it. They are too much. No, people are going to eat all those cows because people are many. Only one cow feeds how many people? 100 or 200, depending on how it is cooked. But how many people have arrived there? Over 100,000. They need to be fed. In Luo, we feed our visitors. In Luoland, we feed our visitors. We cannot let visitors go hungry, whether alive or dead. When you come to my home, we have to feed you. You cannot just live without eating anything. So when you come to my home, I'm going to feed you, alive or dead. When you come, when I'm dead, you are going to be fed like I was. In fact, we always say, I must eat, because if Amollo was here, I could have eaten. Those of us who are not able to go to the funeral, we are dressing up. We are going to mourn Raila in our homes, and we are going to eat. And we are going to drink, because that is how we escort our dead. We celebrate a life we lived. Yes. Yes. We are going to drink. And we're going to eat. And we are going to go. Hey. Yes. Low judge walk. I don't know if this thing is recording, but what's wrong? Low judge walk. We are going to bury Raila Amollo Odinga. I'm going to watch him on TV. I'm going to pretend I am that relative who is abroad, who is watching the funeral. But I'm going to dress up, because as Amigogo, you have to dress up. When your people die, you have to dress up and show up. Yes, I'm going to dress up in black. In fact, I'm going to wear a dress that I inherited from my mother. When my mother passed on, people picked dresses, and there were some clothes they left, because the first people were given the opportunity to select dresses are the sisters, the aunties. So they picked clothes. Then when we went to check, there were things they left. Those are my favorite. My mother loved a lot of glitter. My mother loved a lot of glitter. So they left those glittering clothes. The ones with that gold nini. There's another black one which has got some thread-like glitters on it. Yeah, I'm going to wear that today as we bury Raila Amollo Odinga. Yes. Mosna mino, baba. Mosna mino. Kichupukuroti mosna mino. Mosna mino. Mosna mino. Mosna doi. Toilet. Hey! Toilet. Toilet. Mosna baba now. Hey! Raila mos. Mos no jok mosekalo. Jok mosekong'oni duto imos gi te. Imos gi duto. Mos na minwa. Adori nyako nyango. Mos na dawa. Trufos Achola. Kwarwa William Ulali. Dana Salome Atinda. Gi Silvanus Japur. Mos nagi. Mos nagi. Nyithindo matindo nyonuru lo jajuok. Hey. Lo jajuok. Lo jajuok. What Ida is feeling right now, what Winnie is feeling right now, what Rosie and Junior are feeling right now, we cannot comprehend. Right now, they are keeping strong. But the moment you guys leave after today, those people are going to mourn. It's when they're going to be alone and they're going to cry. We are all going to go back to our jobs after the 7 days. And they're going to be there remembering Baba. Seeing his voices. Hearing his voices and seeing him there, Seeing images of him seated on his chair at home. That is what mourning is. That is what mourning, somebody you know, is like. Late. Tho late. Jokama. Tho late. King out of one. Tho late. Yeah. Tho late, Jokama. Tho late. Tho late. If you've never experienced it, it's hard. Anyway, right now, I was just thinking, how are we going to write Raila's story? How are we going to write a Raila story so that when our children read these stories, they see heroes? You remember how we read in our geography and history classes the heroes, the 5 men who led us to independence, led by Mzee Jomo Kenyatta and Odinga. You remember how we read about those men? Are we going to write such heroic stories about how they led us to democracy? How Raila Odinga and people like Orengo and Kibaki led us to the kind of government that we have, the 2010 Constitution. How are we going to rewrite this history? Are we going to rewrite it so that it makes us look that our history was terrible? Or are we going to rewrite this history like people who loved our country and give them the accolades that they deserve? How are we going to rewrite this history? Because, a lot of times we are used to saying, oh, he has not done that, he has not done that. What are you doing for the nation? They have done their little part. They have made the small mistakes here and there. But what are you going to be doing about that? How are you writing the history? What if that story that you do about your leader is what gets into the hands of your children? What are they going to understand by the history of this country? Yeah, it is not dust, that is Mirema. Mirema is, you won't understand. It is Mirema. I have sinuses, so when I get Mirema, I'll start sneezing here. It's not home. How are you going to rewrite this story? The story of Raila, the story of Saitoti, the story of Ruto. How are we going to write these stories? Yes, shit has happened. Shit has fell off the roof. But how are we going to write it? By focusing on the shit or focusing on the goodness? Before the shit, we have food. And once we shit, we eat again. So the thing is this, how are we going to write that story? About the shit or about the good food? Ask yourself, how are you going to narrate Kenya's history, Kenya's heroes, Kenya's forefathers and fathers and current fathers and mothers? How are we going to narrate the stories of our women leaders? How are we going to narrate stories of Phoebe CEO, Charity Ngilu, Millie Mabona, Millie Odhiambo Mabona? Hey, I love that woman. How are we going to narrate these heroic stories of these women? The first 5 governors in Kenya, the first 5 women governors in Kenya. How are we going to narrate their story? Are we going to use their weaknesses and say, oh, that is why women are? Or are we going to say, they were the first and look at what they did for us? How are you going to change this narrative? I believe in changing the narrative, not just to suit us, but to suit the next generation. That when they read about us, are they proud that we came before them? When we read the story of Raila, will our children and grandchildren be proud that they came before? Those are questions you should ask yourself. This is about history. I'm not a politician. I am a creative. And so when you're here listening to me and you want me to talk about politics, I'm sorry. I am sorry you're with among the wrong audience. I am a creative. Yes. How do we rewrite our African stories to suit us? Chimamanda says there are 2 sides of every story, but there's more than one side to every story. So are we going to write it like the Westerners, like the Western journalists? Are we going to write it like angry people or like happy people because of the victory that came from the fights that we have had? Are we going to only focus on the mandamanos we had on the streets or on the outcomes of the mandamanos? Because at the end of the day, you have to choose your perspective. How are you going to rewrite Raila's story? You should ask yourself that. Because how you choose to view this story is how your children will remember it. So let's get together and think about how we are rewriting the story of our nation. From whose lens? The lens of our past, our forefathers, our own lens, or our lens with the perspective of the future generation. Yeah. Because if we, like right now, we are championing for women leadership. What if we make it look like the women who came before were all terrible leaders? Will the future generation want to even vote female leaders? No. We have to make it possible for them to see the possibilities of having good leadership. And we have to write that down, how it can happen, how we saw the glimpses here and there. We have to write the story of Martha Karua in such a beautiful way that our children look at her and say, I want to be like Martha. But we are looking at, we are overshadowing all the 80% of Martha's goodness and looking at the 10% of what we don't like. Who doesn't have something they don't like about them? Even me, there are things you hate about me. You'll be like, hey, nyakocha lelo. And so what? So what? Nyakocha lelo. Daughter of Okoth is too lelo, Yes. Because there are things you have to hate about somebody and there are things you have to like about them. But you have to ask yourself, do I like more things about her or do I hate more things about her? Then you can choose. Me, I'm a positive-minded person. I look at the positives a lot of times. So I look at people from the positive side. We have had very powerful women leaders in this country. But as citizens, we have never given them the chance to be. Yeah. So when will we give women a chance? I'm proud of people of Mama Baby who have given Wanga a chance. Yes, she's doing her best. She's also making her mistakes, but we can choose where we want to focus on. Yeah, the people of Nakuru, they have also given their governor a chance, a woman governor. They can choose to focus on her strengths or her weaknesses. They are the ones who are going to tell that story, and we will listen and we will believe what they tell us. So we have to choose. How do you want to tell this story? Women can or women can't. Yes, we are burying Raila, but you saw how many videos Raila did about women empowerment. Have you watched them? Have you watched how many videos Raila did about women empowerment? That will tell you that Baba had women at the backbone of his work, at the back of his mind, at the front of his mind. Besides him, the women who stood by Baba even through his campaigns, many of them were women. I'm not going to talk about the men because men are always vying for seats and stuff. Let's talk about the engine. There were a lot of women just as there were men. Yes, men were there, but there were also a lot of women in that background working tirelessly to make Baba win. So Baba championed for women empowerment. He helped champion for the gender two-thirds rule in Kenya, which is clearly embedded in the constitution, the 2010 constitution. Don't forget that. That is Baba's brainchild, Baba's push. Yes, he did it for us. So if Baba championed for women empowerment, what are you doing to make your daughter be seen? To empower them at a young age. Empower them from as young as they are, 5 years, 10 years, not to make them. We are not talking about toxic femininity or toxic masculinity. Leave that rubbish alone. Femininity is a very beautiful thing. It's about giving women a voice equal to men. Yeah, giving equal resources to people. That is what gender balance is about. Yeah. So femininity was about fighting for equal opportunities for the female just as for the men. It's not about these issues of, these ones that the way we have now cultured it and turned it into an issue of house chores. Anyone can cook. Anyone can eat. Anyone can take. I mean, when men are single, they do all these things by themselves. It does not mean that your son cannot eat. It does not mean that your daughter, if they don't cook, they are bad. Let's leave alone the house chores for a minute. Let's think about people and their personalities. How do we treat people, with respect or not? Do we give equal opportunities to our girls and children? Baba fought for that. Baba fought for equal opportunity for the girl child and for the boy child. So right now you've turned it into toxic masculinity, toxic femininity. Any person who's trying to champion empowerment for the boy or the girl, you turn it into something toxic. No, we have to learn to respect each other. Baba said you have to respect each other. Treat women as your equals. Watch those videos, guys. He said, treat your wife as an equal. Yeah, she is not below you. You are not above. You are the head, she's the neck, but you're equal because each of you brings something that the other person needs. And even at work, we have to treat each other like that with kindness. When you have girl children or boy children, teach them everything they need to know about surviving, about living fully, reaching their full potential. Life skills, soft skills are a must for everyone. And Baba wanted that for us. Yes. Yeah, I know someone asking, where am I going? I'm going to my living room to mourn Baba. I am here like Migogo. Migogo must dress up on the funeral of their fathers so that when visitors come, they can see, hey, that home has women. That home has women with. Yes, so we have to dress up. This is Luoland. Yes, I did not manage to reach the funeral, but I will mourn Baba here where I am. I have told you I will behave as if I am abroad. I could not afford it. I am a coward, by the way. I'm such a coward. I have said that before. I don't know how to fight over things, over anything. That is why I'm divorced. I mean, because I don't know how to fight for a man. Nikinyang'anywa naacha inaenda. I am a coward. I am a coward. So Yeah. I believe in women empowerment. I believe in pushing for the women agenda. Yes, I believe in protecting our girls and women because we are the weaker sex, so the men need to protect us. So when we are not being protected, then it means something is wrong. We need to be protected. Protected from bias, from malice, given equal opportunity so that we can grow to our full potential. We need to be taken care of. Yes. Yeah. Let me dress up for Baba. Yes. So that when I sit down there, as I watch him like you guys are watching him, people giving eulogy. In Luo, we must do Neno. So this is my Nenda. This is my Nenda for Raila Amollo Odinga. Baba, you served as well. You did your part. Yes, no one is perfect, but you did your part. Not for Luos, you did it for the whole nation. You did it for the whole nation. They'll pretend it, oh, yeah, yeah, but we know. We know you loved everybody. Kikuyus, Kalenjins. You saw how the president wrote there, you stood by me. Imagine the president wrote that. That's so beautiful. Thanks, President Ruto, for that word. And also for according Raila, our father, the kind of state. But, back in the rivers when the nights are gay and the dancing girls walking down the streets. Hey. Yeah. We are going to dress for you, Baba. We are dressing for you. Yeah. We are honoring you. Yes. Yeah. My people, let us remember Baba for who he truly was for us. Let us remember how he fought for us, for our freedom of expression as a creative. That's all I'm going to do alone, not any other thing. And let us write our history the way we would want our children to remember our heroes, the way we will want our children to remember our past presidents and our current president, William Ruto, the way we will want our children to remember Odinga Jaramogi, and the way we will want our children to remember Raila Odinga. Let us write our stories in a way that we give these people the power and the memory they so deserve. Yeah. That's, I think, all I wanted to say. I'll dress up. I'll show you what I have worn. Nyithindo matindo nyonuru lo to dakunyone lo jajuok. Nyithindo matindo nyonuru lo jajuok. Loka Oginga, hey, to dakunyone lo jajuok. Loka Raila Amollo Odinga, oh, to dakunyone lo jajuok. Nyithindo matindo nyonuru lo to dakunyone lo jajuok. Hey. Rest in peace, Baba. I never met you, but you impacted this whole country. Yes. You are gone. We are definitely not alone because, I mean, this country is not alone. You gave us a constitution. How can we say we are alone? We are not alone. You gave us a constitution. And that constitution is the one that is going to get this country right now, as our Honorable President William Ruto leads. He's going to use the constitution. Then, even the one that comes after him, and the one that comes after. I believe, I don't know about the immediate president after William Ruto, but the person who comes after the one after William Ruto, because William finishes his, let's say 2027. If William Ruto finishes his 2027, I don't think here in Kenya anyone can serve one term. So if William Ruto finishes his 2027, then we have somebody to take us to 2037. From 2037, we want a woman. A woman, yes. The world will be ready for a woman, and I'm not going to say the name today. Woman. It can be anyone, by the way. Woman. One woman. 2037, 2042. Woman. Yes. A woman. A woman. Yes. Yes. Dibedo maber. Late Sunny wayuaga Amollo, lakini mbele ka Amollo oweyowa gi 2010 constitution that has given women equal power, has given us freedom of expression, and has given us 5-year term. Women are gonna get somewhere. Men equally are gonna fight for the spaces. As an educator, you always say that nowadays, most of the people graduating recently, you'll find that after 5 years, if you look at the statistics of men and women get, have already done their masters and are doing better than the men. And that will tell you something as a country. We can't continue ignoring our women leaders. So yes, maybe the 2027, but then 2032, to I don't know, 2042, maybe somebody. But I mean, after 2037, definitely we're going to have a woman. It's time. Why not? If the Church of England has a woman archbishop, who are we not to? All things are possible. Raila has not left us alone. He has left us with the 2010 constitution. Let us never forget that. Let me dress in the dress my mama gave to me. Let me dress in that dress. Yes. Werwak law minwa. Ayuago minwa. Ayuago Raila. Ayuago jok mosenindo before us. Let me dress in my mama's dress. Adori nyako nyango. Yes, as a Migogo, this is how I was going to arrive and celebrate Baba. Yeah, because Migogos must arrive in style. Nyithindo matindo nyonuru lo todaku nyone lo jajuok. Hey! Nyithindo matindo nyonuru lo todaku nyone lo jajuok. Lo ka Raila mawuodo Jaramogi. Hey! Todaku nyone lo jajuok. Hey! Lo ka Baba mawuodaga. Hey! Yeah. Thorach! Hey, Baba Mosnadori nyako nyango. Hey! Yes, I was forgetting my glasses. Yeah. In Luo, we celebrate the dead. We go, we dress up to honor them. You know, Raila was always a very smart guy, by the way. You could see in all his events, he was always dressed smart, very smart. Whether it's a suit, whether it's African, Raila was always smart. So when you go to a funeral of someone who's smart, you have to dress up. This is a dress I inherited from my mother. Yeah, you can see. And so that's why I'm wearing it today in honor of Raila Amollo Odinga. Hey! Raila Amollo tingo se donjo. Tingo nyono wi gweno ma gweno tore ngamodong to chiengo ngong. Hey. Tingo nyono wi gweno ma gweno tore. Hey, ngamodong to chiengo ngong. Hey. Nyithindo matindo nyonuru lo to daku nyone lo jajuok. That song says, children, step on that ground because you have to step on it because the ground is a witch. It is swallowing our people. It is swallowing our leaders. It is swallowing our parents and our children. We should step on that ground because the ground has swallowed Raila Amollo Odinga. And it is not the end of the ground. The ground is going to continue swallowing many people. But for now, today, we celebrate a life well lived. For the 2010 Constitution, for the freedom of expression, and for everything that he was, we will celebrate Raila Amollo Odinga. Raila mosna mano, mama. Mosna mino adori nyako nyango. As Luos, we celebrate the dead. So there's going to be a lot of cooking, a lot of eating, a lot of drinking, a lot of dancing from today. In fact, even from yesterday, because we celebrate the dead. So if you are getting shocked, why are they eating? Why are they doing that? We celebrate our dead instead. If we fed you when we were alive, like you come to a Luo's home when she's alive or when he's alive, you are fed. Even in death, we welcome our visitors the same way. So today, if you've seen 100, 200 cows in Raila Amollo's home, they will all be slaughtered and eaten because the crowds that are coming and going are remaining. We mourn. We mourn the dead. In fact, even after burial today, we are going to continue mourning him because that is how we do it in Lowland. And thank you, President Ruto, for making this a state funeral. Hey! You have honored us. You have honored Raila Amollo Odinga. Thank you. Baba nindigikwe. Mosna minwa. Mosna minwa. Mosna dori nyako nyango. Hey. Mosna dori nyako nyango. Hey. Hey. Mama kawuna rwako lawi kayo Raila. Mama kawuna rwako lawi. Late. Nyithindo matindo nyonurulo. Nyithindo matindo nyonurulo. Toda kunyone lo jajuok. My question I leave you is, how will you write the history of Kenya? How are you going to write the history of our leaders, the history of our presidents, out of anger or out of pride? Because even you ungepewa hiyo kiti ya Ruto, you could not even do half of what he's doing. If you could have been given the role that Raila played in this country, you could not even do half of what he's doing. He did. And he's still doing, Raila is still doing even in death. But then you're here. How are you going to write the story of this country, the history of this country through the eyes as a citizen for your next generation? Yes. We read the stories of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, of Jomo Kenyatta, of Achieng' Oneko, of Tom Mboya, with pride as heroes. Our children need to read the story of our current living and dead heroes now, with pride for a country. And that is your role. Nyithindo matindo nyonurulo lo toda kunyone lo jajuok. Joey nindigikwe timos na minwa oriti.